Hello and welcome to the QUAREP-LiMi Annual Meeting 2023. I'm going to talk to you about the current efforts of Working Group 7 on metadata, where we discuss the importance of metadata for supporting quality control and reproducibility in light microscopy. To begin with, what is metadata? In its simplest form, metadata is simply data about data. It could take many forms. It could be, for example, human readable with very basic information or with extensive details. It could also be machine readable, but in essence, it is essential to make sense of the data itself. When it comes to image metadata, all information that is needed to enable discovery, interpretation, and reproducibility of the data, and that should be linked with the data to facilitate quality assessment and reuse of the data, is considered a more complete representation of image metadata. This includes, but is not limited to, sample preparation metadata, image acquisition metadata including hardware configuration, acquisition settings, quality control, etc., as well as image data processing and analysis details. Now, when we think about how to record this metadata, some guidelines already exist. These are namely the REMBI guidelines, or the recommended metadata for biological images. They capture different components of the metadata, including those pertaining to sample description, image acquisition, as well as image analysis. QUAREP-LiMi expands on these REMBI guidelines, specifically on the image acquisition details, by including information like acquisition settings, instrument calibration, and hardware specifications. In order to incorporate different aspects of metadata and to come up with a community-driven microscopy metadata standard, we require to focus on different aspects, first of which includes what metadata information should be captured in microscopy. This pertains to metadata content and metadata models like the NBOQ as well as the REMBI model. Secondly, we focus on shared tools for how metadata capture and storage can be implemented in practice. This includes work on metadata annotation tools like Endemic, Methods J2, MICCheck, and Micrometa app. The third aspect is where to store the image data and metadata for proper exchange. This relates to the next generation file formats as well as the next generation metadata framework. The organization of Workgroup 7 is split across 4 subgroups. First of which works on developing user-friendly tools for input, update, and how to visualize image metadata. The subgroup 3 works on metadata storage and ways to manage, retrieve together with image data itself. For example, through Umero as well as in next generation file formats. The subgroup 4 works on continuous revision of the NBOQ model and based on the feedbacks from commercial manufacturers and imaging community. These are held together also by a subgroup 2, which works towards education and developing guidelines for users to understand how to record image metadata. If any of these topics are interesting for you, please join us in our breakout room to discuss these topics and how we go about working towards a community-driven metadata format. Thank you.